As soon as I woke up, the Lord said to me, H.P. Lovecraft and the War of the Worlds will happen in America. So that name, H.P. Lovecraft, was vaguely familiar to me. I know that he is a writer, but I didn't know what he wrote. I didn't know exactly any particular piece of work that this man had written, but I knew this was a science fiction writer like Isaac Asimov. And so I wrote, H.P. Lovecraft is a writer of science fiction, but I don't know what he wrote. But War of the Worlds is a radio play by H.G. Wells that threw America into a panic once because it was so well acted that people didn't know it was a play. They thought that there was an actual alien invasion going on in the world. And so the Lord revealed to me and said that War of the Worlds, or that play that made it seem as if Martians were landing in the United States, will certainly come to pass. But he said that in many other parts of the world, it will not happen that way. He named those countries, and he said that places like Venezuela, Chile, and France will not have those same occurrences. And so the Lord said that people from all over the world will look up to see these invaders coming from the sky, but know that it is destruction coming to the earth. And I saw something horrible. I saw that when these creatures eat you, not the creatures. So the creatures can consume flesh, but these ships that they travel in also can consume flesh. I saw that when the UFO itself eats you, you turn into a softy ball blood clot. That is what I saw. I saw that you just, even in your clothes, your bones become, I don't know if they eat your flesh or your blood, but I saw that your bones become very pulpy and soft, and your bones are crushed. And I saw human beings rolled up into a ball, still with their clothes. So the one that the Lord showed me was a man, and the man had already died, and he was rolled up into a perfect big ball, just like a tumbleweed. And I saw this man's elbow was bent, not the way my elbow is bent with the evident bone, but it was bent curved, like it had been destroyed, and the bone was just now very malleable. And he was in a perfect large ball, dead, very bloody pulp of a ball. When they were finished with him, they just made him into a ball. So sorry for that richness. And so he said that H.P. Lovecraft and the War of the Worlds will come to all of America. Every square inch of this nation will be taken over by alien spacecraft and beings, and they will also be visible in these places: Panama, the Suez Canal, Brazil, Mexico. So the Lord said that there is richness in the Suez, and it will be affected by UFOs. Brazil will be heavily affected. Mexico will also, like the United States, be very heavily affected. Now, what I understood from this term, heavily affected, is that this is a different level of nearness or visibility, or I think it's called contact. So let's call it that. Different levels of contact. So God said, because of richness in Panama and richness in the Suez Canal, they will be affected. And in Brazil, they will be heavily affected. And he said that the UFOs will land in Brazil. And he said that Mexico will be very heavily affected. In fact, as he showed me, Mexico will be affected by these flying things to the point that the ships will transform into this flying white snake that has feathers. I have seen this snake before, and there is a prophecy on the Master's Voice about it. It is a flying white serpent, and in Mexico, the name of that snake is Quetzalcoatl. Quetzalcoatl, an ancient flying serpent believed to have founded many of those cultures, like the Incas and others that the Mexicans actually trace their ancestry from. So the UFO will make this shape in the sky, and when the Mexicans see it, they will believe that their ancient ancestral God was real all along, and that it is him manifesting himself, but it is only the ship's extreme ability to mimic whatever humans believe. Now, I have shared this on the Master's Voice. It is there in the UFO series that these ships can become whatever people believe. And so over the different dreams and visions, the Lord has shown me how the ship changes its shape according to the eras. These UFOs change their appearance according to the era and what is in the heart of people.